Hello there, and welcome back. Tonight we will embark on a gentle journey of discovery titled Fascinating Science Facts That Calm Your Mind. What secrets does science quietly reveal that can guide us toward a serene place of rest? Picture a tranquil laboratory workspace, its low-contrast ambient light illuminating a single floating DNA model above an open journal, and allow yourself to settle into this soothing environment as we begin. Within each of us, hidden rhythms and processes work constantly in quiet devotion, carrying the promise of life forward with effortless grace. Take, for instance, the steadfast beating of your heart, which gently thumps around 115,000 times each day, pulsing in ceaseless collaboration with your body's many tissues and cells to deliver oxygen and nutrients. This remarkable engine, no bigger than your closed hand, is supported by thousands of miles of blood vessels that intertwine through your body's contours in a vast circulatory system. As you relax and consider that number, 115,000 beats daily, let it remind you of the silent dedication within your chest, ensuring that every cell in your body remains nourished, every sense awakened, and every breath alive. In parallel to your heart's ceaseless work, your brain continuously weaves impulses and signals along a network of billions of neurons, communicating feelings, thoughts, and memories in an intricate pattern that unlocks the essence of your consciousness. Yet even with all that effort, your body rests each evening, granting your mind precious moments of stillness and resetting your inner clock for the next day's wonders. Somewhere in this exchange between consciousness and quiet, you may find the space to reflect on another incredible piece of the human experience: our teeth, which are the only part of our body that cannot heal themselves. Even our bones, which align our forms with structure and strength, can mend when fractured, regenerating and repairing over time. But teeth, composed of a mineral-rich enamel, lack the living cells necessary for self-repair once damaged, highlighting both the resilience and the limits of our biological systems. This interplay of remarkable endurance and delicate vulnerability is woven into everything we experience, from the subtle transformations of our own bodies to the deepest regions of Earth's surface. Consider Earth's most extreme depths, places hidden away beneath layers of water and sediment, where the pressure grows so intense that forms of life have adapted in astonishing ways. Scientists who study these depths have discovered organisms thriving in dark, cold, and pressurized environments, bearing witness to the resilience of life even under conditions once thought uninhabitable. The awe-inspiring nature of these hidden aquatic frontiers reminds us that for all the everyday sights we take for granted, the planet holds shy mysteries in which adaptation and survival unfold quietly. As you let these thoughts wash over you, imagine the gentle hush of ocean currents, swirling softly in an endless and ancient dance. Our focus in this peaceful moment turns towards smaller wonders that occur through everyday biological processes. Did you know that your body contains more bacterial cells than human cells, creating an interconnected microbiome that supports digestion, immunity, and overall balance? These minuscule tenants, invisible to the unaided eye, quietly assist in extracting nutrients from your meals and help calibrate your internal environment. There are countless surprising aspects of the human body. Our noses, for instance, subtly alternate dominance every few hours, meaning that one nostril will handle most of the airflow at certain intervals before the other takes over. This shift often escapes our attention, but occurs steadily like a metronome. The deeper we look, the more science reveals itself in surprising, quiet ways. Every second, your body produces roughly 2 million red blood cells, each tasked with carrying oxygen bound to hemoglobin molecules that give your blood its deep red color. Meanwhile, Your digestive system operates like a well-choreographed machine, continuously extracting energy to fuel the next heartbeat, the next moment of walking, seeing or thinking. Sensations we often overlook can become fascinating reflections on the intricacy of our biology. A quiet walk in nature can prompt you to wonder how plants, through photosynthesis, convert sunlight into the energy they need to grow, storing it in their leaves, roots and stems, while simultaneously giving off oxygen that replenishes the air around us. This relationship, perfectly balanced, was forged over millions of years, a testament to the subtle interdependence of all life. Think about how seeds remain dormant beneath the soil, holding within them the blueprint for a vibrant green shoot that, given the right conditions of temperature, moisture and nutrients, gently awakens and reaches for the light. Certain seeds, preserved in hidden places for decades or even centuries, can still sprout, illustrating nature's patience and quiet readiness to flourish whenever the moment arrives. As you let your mind drift through these calming ideas, you may find solace in how our bodies and the natural world share a continuous dialogue, shaped by age-old cycles of growth and rest. Consider how your sense of smell ties closely to your memory, conjuring vivid recollections with a sudden whiff of a familiar scent. Perhaps the faint aroma of rain on a warm sidewalk stirs up comfort reminiscent of childhood, or the hint of a fragrant flower in the evening breeze draws a memory of gardens from long ago. These gentle recollections reveal the silent power of sensory cues to guide our thoughts and feelings toward calm reflection. Throughout this exploration, allow yourself space to imagine a soft gradient of lighting illuminating a wooden desk in a calm workspace. Somewhere on that desk sits an open journal where one might jot down small wonders or fleeting thoughts, each observation a small gem of curiosity. Hovering gently, like a symbol of our collective scientific endeavor, a delicate strand of DNA glows with subtle bloom, suggesting the continuum of life that connects every living thing. That same molecule, formed from just a few types of nucleotides, contains coded instructions that guide biological development from the earliest stages of growth. Day by day, each of us carries that code, reading and rewriting it in ways we scarcely perceive. This interplay of coded matter and environmental influence shapes how we learn, adapt, and thrive. Such quiet revelations can send a gentle hum of amazement through our minds, reminding us that behind the simplest daily routines, a universe of biological harmony flourishes. It can be soothing too to know that even while we rest, our bodies perform subtle maintenance, releasing hormones that help regulate and repair. Our skin, the body's largest organ, forms a protective barrier against the outside world while continuously shedding and renewing cells. And consider that our hair grows at a rate of roughly half an inch per month, weaving a soft reminder of time passing and the gentle progression of life itself. Beneath all these processes lies a core truth. Nature embraces a slow, deliberate rhythm, where ongoing transformation remains nearly imperceptible from one moment to the next. This shifting tapestry of life is evident in the growth of trees, the weathering of rocks, the formation of soil, and even the expansion of microscopic communities that cluster on your hands, your kitchen counters, or the damp soil in a potted plant. Listening quietly, you might feel inspired to connect with the gentle patterns that sustain both the cycle of day and night and the rotating seasons, each revealing a new palette of scents and colors. As you find your mind wandering across these peaceful observations, your breathing can become more measured, in harmony with the restful pace of night, reminding you that science, in its essence, is a method of noticing and wondering, rather than a mere collection of facts. The wonder extends to our body's circadian rhythm, a biological clock influenced by daylight and darkness. As the sun sets, our brain secretes certain hormones to help lull us toward rest, preparing the body and mind for the healing hours of sleep. This rhythmic dance carries on invisibly, providing the foundation for wakefulness and renewal each morning. Should you find yourself struggling to fall asleep, it can be comforting to remember that this natural clock, quietly operating in the background, helps to coordinate numerous physiological functions, from temperature regulation to metabolism. Another subtle marvel emerges when we remember that every cell within our body, from the cells in our fingertips to those in our eyes, contains the same genetic information, yet each cell type interprets and deploys that information differently, resulting in the varied forms and functions we rely on. The instructions that create a nerve cell differ from the instructions that create a skin cell, only in which genes they switch on or off. That quiet process, repeated millions of times, bestows upon us the gift of life in all its complexity, forging the tapestry of tissues that keeps us moving, sensing and appreciating the world. Reflect on how each gentle heartbeat sends a ripple of blood to the very tips of your fingers, how that rush of life is sustained by the careful orchestration of valves, chambers and electrical signals, each timed in a graceful pulse. The sense of wonder that this realization ignites may be intangible, but it invites a hushed awe. Unfolding in sync with the body's orchestrations are the reflective processes that help you learn from your experiences, leading you to store memories and integrate knowledge. With each new piece of information, like the fact that the Earth's surface is largely covered by water, or that invisible microorganisms outnumber us in ways we can only imagine, we deepen our understanding of this living world. Yet science also reminds us that knowledge comes with humility, as there is always more to learn, and some mysteries remain just beyond our grasp. Under softly glowing light, you may find your mind drifting to the fact that certain tiny organisms, such as sponges, were among the earliest animal lineages on Earth, quietly filtering water in the seas for hundreds of millions of years. Their bodies, so simple and unassuming, capture floating particles of food from the water with remarkable efficiency, a process essential for their survival and beneficial to the broader marine environment. This small but ancient marvel stands as a quiet metaphor. Existence in all its forms connects into a dynamic web of life, each doing its part in the patient continuum of living processes. Perhaps you also find interest in the ephemeral art of snowflakes, each crystal forming uniquely in cold air, shaped by subtle fluctuations in temperature and moisture. The precisely symmetrical patterns we associate with snow are a fleeting signature of atmospheric conditions at the time of formation, each flake telling a story that melts away in an instant. Contemplating these transformations brings us nearer to a tranquil reflection on the passage of time. Ultimately, everything shifts, evolves, and sometimes dissolves completely, making each moment a fragile gift of ephemeral beauty. Let your mind drift to the surface of a wooden desk in a warm, softly lit room, where a piece of paper might hold scribbled notes about cellular biology, geometry, or the subtle changes of the weather. The hush of evening can encourage this gentle exploration, reminding us that inquiry is not something that must be rushed or forced, but something that seeps in gradually, inviting us to ask new questions at our own pace. In this way, you might find yourself noticing small details, the delicate texture of your skin, the faint hum of circulation at your wrists, or the comforting sound of your own breathing. All these experiences join in quiet harmony to form your personal connection with the natural rhythms of life. When you acknowledge that your body, like that of countless other organisms, cycles through rest and renewal, you can feel a sense of unity with all living things that share in the constant interplay of night and day. This unity might prompt thoughts of how your body is composed of elements that have existed on Earth for billions of years, recycled countless times through various forms, from ancient microorganisms to thriving forests and beyond. Water, for instance, cycles through precipitation, evaporation and condensation in the enduring water cycle. Every drink you take may contain molecules that once flowed through ancient rivers or glacial ice, weaving your story into the planet's continuous transformations. Zooming into the microscopic scale, you might marvel that each droplet teems with life if you look closely enough, especially in open bodies of water, where single-celled algae and other microscopic organisms flourish, quietly fueling the aquatic food web. Let the faint glow of contemplation envelop you as you consider that this quiet synergy is repeated in every ecosystem, tropical, temperate, arid or polar, showing up in the places we call home, and the places we may never visit. And yet, for all its complexity, nature often follows simple underlying patterns, guided by the physics of energy and matter, and expressed through countless iterations of life's endless variety. As you sink deeper into this gentle mood of wonder, think of the intangible processes that shape your own perception. Light enters your eyes, passes through the cornea, lens and vitreous humor before hitting the retina, where photons trigger a cascade of chemical signals that your brain then interprets as images of the world around you. This process is almost instantaneous to our conscious minds, but in that instant so many steps have occurred that it's a wonder we can perceive anything at all. We should be grateful for the eyes that let us see, the neural circuits that make sense of color and shape, and the subtle illusions that remind us our vision is not absolute, but rather a sophisticated construction that merges raw data with our brain's best guess about what we're looking at. In these subdued hours of the evening, it might help to pay attention to the softness of your pillow, or the gentleness of the surface beneath you, as a tactile anchor to the present moment. Imagine that your bones, concealed beneath layers of muscle and skin, have the capacity to reshape themselves over time, responding to pressures exerted on them. That is one reason why consistent movement or weight-bearing exercise can strengthen bone density. Meanwhile, tendons and ligaments, though more rigid, still adapt subtly through repeated gentle use. The graceful interplay of all these tissues underlies the fluid dance of a body in motion, from the simple gesture of lifting a glass of water to the sophisticated coordination of an athletic pursuit. Turning quietly to nature once more, recall that a single teaspoon of healthy soil can contain more microorganisms than there are humans on Earth, forging a microcosm that enables those seeds to sprout and plants to flourish. Fungi, for instance, weave their thread-like mycelia through the soil, breaking down nutrients, and sometimes forming partnerships with plant roots in a silent but vital exchange. At times those fungal networks can span acres, making them among the largest living organisms found on Earth. These sprawling hidden communities exemplify how science can reveal unsuspected layers of interconnectedness beneath an unassuming patch of ground. Similarly, the next time you see a beam of sunlight streaming through a window, consider how the dancing motes of dust highlight just a tiny glimpse of the airborne particles and organisms that coexist with us. Millions of tiny bits float around, carrying pollen, spores or microscopic life forms, and yet most go unnoticed. The silent collaboration of these elements defines our atmosphere, shapes weather patterns, and over time sculpts landscapes through precipitation and erosion. And though air itself is invisible, we sense it through the gentle breeze on our skin or the calming hush of wind blowing through leaves, reminding us that science is not always about what we see, but also about what we feel, hear, and sense in subtler ways. As you rest in this space of contemplation, let your thoughts meander toward the balance of life in its countless variations. Amphibians breathe through their skins in moist environments, insects carry out essential pollination duties across vast fields, and jellyfish drift gently on ocean currents, pulsing with a primeval rhythm that has existed for hundreds of millions of years. The tapestry of life extends into every niche, forming a kaleidoscope of interactions that shape each species' survival. Science provides a framework for understanding these silent miracles, but it also invites a gentle sense of gratitude for the intangible forces knitting everything together. Allow the moment to deepen your breath, relaxing your mind and releasing the turbulence of the day, just as ocean tides ebb and flow. These tides are influenced in part by gravitational forces, yet we need only concern ourselves, in this calm moment, with the gentle hush of the luminous water rising and falling along a quiet shore. Let your heart slow with each exhalation as you imagine the soft, repetitive lullaby of waves, unveiling a deeper appreciation for the listening that true discovery often demands. That sense of wonder can rekindle a youthful flame of curiosity in our minds, teaching us that knowledge is not about collecting facts as trophies, but about letting them resonate and spark new questions that guide our thoughts home to roots. Sometimes, the simplest insights foster the greatest calm, the knowledge that water is essential for life, that plants provide us with oxygen while taking in carbon dioxide day and night, in an eternal cycle we can trust. Floating gently through these ideas, you might contemplate how each time you sigh, your lungs contract and expand, clearing stale air and welcoming in fresh oxygen, fueling the next beat of your heart. In that exchange, you can find quiet contentment and realize you're part of an unspoken unity with everything that breathes. Imagine a single floating DNA model, softly illuminated, with each twist of its double helix representing countless coded instructions that build muscles, guide nerve growth, and help orchestrate your immune system as it safeguards your health. Under that gentle light, you may choose to jot a few reflections into a journal of your own, capturing small sparkles of insight. Perhaps you'll note that teeth stand apart from the rest of your body by their inability to heal, or that Earth's deepest places remain mysterious habitats for organisms adapted to extreme conditions. Maybe you'll remember that your heart, tirelessly beating, undertakes the monumental task of keeping every cell nourished, forging a pulse tied to consciousness. In the muted flow of nighttime, these gentle reminders can feel wholly reassuring, carrying an unspoken promise that life continues, quietly evolving in each moment. If you listen closely, the mild murmur of your breathing may be the only sound you hear in the shadows, but that murmur connects you to all living organisms, drawing life from the air around them. It is one thread woven into a vast tapestry, each filament quietly doing its part. As you drift further into relaxation, these reflections can encourage a deep sense of calm, a respite from the day's busyness, and an affirmation of our entwinement with a living world that is constantly, silently changing. There is no rush in these thoughts. They are free to wander across the gentle frontier of evening, leaving behind tension or worry. As the hush of night deepens, you can pause with a tender smile,
letting the knowledge that our everyday processes, like circulation, digestion, respiration, are guided by the simplest laws of biology and chemistry, reassure you that life runs on an incredible balance of quiet interactions. With each passing moment, these breaths take you closer to the natural serenity that comes with accepting the gift of rest. The gentle wonders of science are not there to overstimulate or require frantic note-taking, but rather to cradle your sense of curiosity in a calm, reflective embrace. They soothe your mind with glimpses into how the world works, quietly and without fuss. In holding a gentle stream of scientific facts while readying yourself for sleep, you allow curiosity to exist side by side with tranquility, bridging the gap between awe and restfulness. Before the last bits of tension drift away, take a moment to remind yourself of the power of observation, the quiet art that precedes discovery. Science cannot help but unfold when we notice small details, the subtle flicker of a butterfly's wings, the sparkle inside a crystal of salt, or the hush of your heart gently ticking. Each phenomenon, no matter how slight, can blossom into a tale of elegant complexity if we pause to observe. And yet at this hour we do not strive to solve mysteries or piece together every clue. Instead, we welcome the knowledge that such riddles exist, and that our sense of wonder can remain open without pressing for answers. As you prepare for slumber, imagine your senses tuning down by gentle degrees, your eyelids growing heavier, your breathing slowing, your muscles releasing the day's tension. This is the quiet domain where science and rest intersect, where your heart continues to beat softly, your mind gently settles, and the wonders of earth cradle you in the knowledge that everything around you is engaged in its own nocturnal rhythm. And so, as you lean into the comforting darkness, let these contemplations accompany you like a soft current, carrying you gently forward until you drift into the soothing realm of sleep. Thank you for joining me in this calm exploration of silent marvels that science quietly reveals each day. May you find rest now, cradled in nature's abiding harmony, and may soft dreams bring renewal to your body and mind. Good night and sleep well.